First thing I'd like to, we've got a prayer list, I'd like to pray, and I'd like to everybody to remember Miss Becky Hackett at GES, her mother passed away. Miss Carol Petty's family, one of the backbones of Smith County High School band. Teresa Blackburn at Gornsville Elementary, mother-in-law passed away. Amanda Shoemate, GES, mother in the hospital, grandmother. Miss White at Smith County High School is having knee surgery in January. Kristen Hire, Smith County High School, having a baby in January. Also like for you to remember Mr. Mike Brock. Also Mrs. Tammy Mofield's family. At this time I'd ask you all to bow your head. Dear God, I want to thank you for another wonderful day. I want to thank you for all the many blessings you have given us. I want to ask you that you would watch over all of our children during the Christmas holidays, all the teachers, all the faculty, every employee at Smith County Board of Education. That you also would remember all the people that have lost their lives in the tornadoes, that they've lost their homes, their businesses, lost their workplaces. I ask that you remember them. Also, dear God, I ask that you watch over the sick, the ones that are not going to be able to be healthy again, that you watch over them and watch over all of us. I ask, dear God, that you keep us all safe during our holidays, and you would bring us back safe and happy one more time. Ask for all these things in your name. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I hope you've all, had a chance to look over your board package. Mr. McCaleb, Mr. Lewis are not able to be here tonight. And I would also ask that if you have any questions, just let me know and we'll go over those. We've got first thing on the agenda is a transfer of a student. I hope you've all had a chance to look at that. Anyone got any questions on it? Do I have a motion to approve this?
Second.
Second. Mr. Lewis. Okay. All in favor of this?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent items.
Thank you.
Thank you. We had all the chance to look at those. I think we have got minutes to approve from November 16th. Permission to attend a girls and boys basketball at Lake Cumberland Holiday Hoops. Cheer team to attend the high school nationals in Orlando, and permission to attend the following events, which is Gornsville High School also. That was Smith County High School, the other one was Gornsville. And I guess you've all had a chance to look at these. Do I have a motion to
I'd like to
approve?
make a motion to approve all consent items.
Well,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Superintendent's actions. Anybody got any questions on those? Go on to new business. Policy amendment due to the TSBA policy manual annual audit. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? New policy 5.3052, the COVID-19 leave. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I do have a question on this.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
On the annual review, it states about an annual review in January. Is there any way we can move that to maybe a July or an August? I don't think there's gonna be any need for this to have next year, so if it's already in place and comes up on January, then we may have people trying to take advantage of that, the first part of next year. That's my only issue
I
with
can
it.
do that. Yes.
That's fine, and then, it's just, I need to read this.
So if we can bring it back up in possibly July before the first of next year.
Okay.
Well, I've got my notes here, it needs to be definitely for 2020, 21. And as an employee, I think our employees need to thank the board for considering this, because we are the only system that I can find anywhere that's doing this, but it shows we care about the people where the board does. So it should be very appreciative. There will be some safeguards in place to make sure. I talked to Tracy earlier today, that we, hopefully, it won't just be based on the honor system. I hope that people will be honest. It will be retroactive for the year. We think between the school nurse's record, between Tricia's records and the school records, we can get very close to know whether you actually have a family member or you have a test on file. So, there's always ways, and hopefully nobody won't, but it should be very clear on who did and who didn't, so we can actually go back, talk to Tracy. We can either give it 6 days or trade it out how we choose to do, if that's the board okay with that. So,
Now, do we need to amend that to do it in July, or if you've got a date?
No, I-
Flexible?
I-
Okay.
I think what Mr. Glover's saying, may not have the need for it.
May not have the need for it next year,
Okay.
so I think we need to look at it in July.
Now,
Rather
Mr.
than
Smith,
January.
you've got a letter from Mr. Lewis that he'd like you to read that has concern with this.
I give each one of you this. Mr. Lewis asked me to put it there and asked me to read this. Board Chairman Rick Shoulders, Director Smith, the following board members, please let me apologize for my absence in the meeting. It was unavoidable due to the scheduling conflict I could not overcome. As a topic of discussion, I simply wish to express my opinion once again as an inflated matter. Remain strongly supportive of discussion and allow for the restoration of the leave taken to the COVID in the previous position of the board policy. The COVID dynamic is different for everyone. It's changed from the onset, and I have adjusted and changed well to do our best to care for all our students and employees in the school system. I still believe our policy at the time, since it caused many employees to exhaust their leave and they tried to comply with board policy. Simply put, our policy, which we all believe the best course of time, actually was a catalyst that helped create a situation to our employees they tried to remain in compliance. That being said, I began a conversation with the director and chairman to develop a reasonable plan to make some type of retroactive move to restore the leave. I believe that we inadvertently forced employees to exhaust. Again, doing that, we collectively believed in our best, it was the best decision at the time. I have full confidence that everyone on the board wishes nothing but do the best for our children and employees of the school system. So although I am unable to cast a vote due to my absence, it remains my sincere hope that this leave will be retroactively restored to employees impacted if the cost of such be funded by monies already in the 2022 budget. There will be little to no cost to do so. Thank you for your time and consideration in this matter, as I know I'm not alone in this field. Had I had the ability to be present, I would make the motion to do so without hesitation. I still believe that it's simply the right thing to do and has little to no effect on our current budget status. And as we all know, it would be a very meaningful help to our employees. Respectively, Scotty Lewis, Vice Chairman, Smith County School Board.
Any more discussion? Let's do a roll call. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. McCallum is absent. Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Manning?
Yes.
Mr. Glover?
Yes.
Who's absent, 7 yes. Let's go on to Jim Door awning purchase request. Have a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Manning?
I'll second.
Mr. Glover? Any discussion, anything? Let's do a roll call. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Manning?
Yes.
Mr. Glover?
Yes.
7 yes. Smart board purchases for Forks River School. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mr. Campbell.
Second?
Second.
Any discussions? Not. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Manning?
Yes.
Mr. Glover?
Yes.
Seven yes. Annual policy review for November. I hope everyone's had a chance to look at that. County primary elections are coming up. Got discussion on that. Anybody want?
Ms. Gibbs called, and wanted me to let anybody know that was running, that the election dates have changed. And Ms. Jones, I know you can't, they moved it up to December the 20th, is that right on the picking? I made it right in my papers.
Yes, sir.
I mean, my numbers. You do have to declare Republican, Democrat, or you can be an independent, is that right? You can wait later, but
Yeah.
they moved the times up about a month or two earlier as far as getting the papers back in. So anybody that's running, make sure we get those in, and we'll be glad to help you or check with her, but she did want you guys to know that.
Got to be having them in by February the
It's normally in April, and they moved it up to February
February
2nd.
7th.
But you have to declare a party or an independent.
Yeah. But, well, I reckon if you're independent, you have to do anything, do you, or do you still have to declare?
Still have to.
You still have to
Still have to, I
declare
think.
regardless what you do.
Yeah.
You still have to declare.
That's the way I understood it, you have to have.
Everybody understand that?
Whose state's coming up?
Joe's,
You,
Tommy's,
Mr. Lewis?
Mr. Lewis, and,
I got it right here. New Middleton, Rock City, Carthage, and Elmwood. District 3, District 4, District 6, and District 8. It's on this piece of paper.
it's in your packet.
Yeah.
Any more discussions on?
Yeah.
No executive session tonight, is that correct, Mr. Mayor? Correct. Okay, now, all of you remember, our next board meeting, which will be January the 18th, next year, we'll have to be here at 8 o'clock.
Yes, school board retreat.
The incident here, because I need to, real quick, executive session. This, I do as executive, it'll be,
Okay, all right.
it'll be a one.
I make a motion, we go to executive session.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
Second.
I didn't think about it, no, I didn't think about it.
We've done for the past 2 or 3 years.
Does that start at 8 o'clock Monday morning, or
If there's any
Tuesday morning?
topics or anything you'd like for her to put on there, be sure to let us know, we'll have it.
Yeah, we've got the commercial advertising, bus advertising.
Anything else y'all would like
Anything
her
else?
to research or talk about? Better make sure we remind everybody that ain't here tonight to reflect it. If they're not, the rest of that for everybody.
Wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
I guess it's 8
All
o'clock.
of the employees of Smith County School System. And that covers a pretty wide variety, when I just say employee, because I do mean, because it takes every one of them to make this thing work. Nothing else, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.